Krishna, आमे पेज नंबर 58 पर्यंत लास्ट बट वन क्लास रे पढिथिले पेज नंबर 58 पर टू आमे पढिबा तो चैप्टर 4 ही चलछि कॉन्टेक्स्ट टा टिके मिस हे जाउछि जेतो एत दिन गैप हे जाउछि कॉन्टेक्स्ट टा टिके मिस हे जाउछि अच्छा ये चैप्टर टा सॉरी जीव ठीक है चैप्टर 4 टा सॉरी जाइछि ता पर टू पढिबा 5 knowing Krishna's energy. For Krishna, there is no difference between material and spiritual energy. For him, it is all the same. Sometimes electricity works for cooling purposes, and sometimes it works for heating purposes. But the energy generated from electric powerhouse is all the same. Similarly, Krishna's energy is always spiritual, but it is acting in different ways. In a town, there may be a department of welfare and a department of police. In the eyes of government, both are same, for both are subsidiary parts of the government. But for individual, they render different services. The material energy may be working in different ways that may not be very pleasant to the living entity. But that does not mean that material energy is not likewise. It is as important as spiritual energy, but it is engaged to punish the conditioned soul. ये कला बड़ा अच्छी ये था तो Prabhupada एटी कहउचंदी फर्स्ट रे Prabhupada is saying in the beginning the chapter name is very interesting, Krishna's energy. Like Krishna's incarnations are unlimited, similarly Krishna's energies are also unlimited, right? Basically, to categorize them in two broad categories, we can place them as spiritual energy and material energy. Spiritual energy means the energy which is used in relation to Krishna. ଆଉ जोटा in relation नुह सेटा हला material direct relation नहीं किंतु दीटा को कृष्ण को ही बाहर so Prabhupada is giving an example like the electricity is energy but it can be used to cool something in refrigerator and it can be also used to heat something in a heater but the same electricity is acting. So similarly Krishna's energy is same as such. Only thing is where we are utilizing. Mobile. If we are using it to see Krishna conscious lectures, videos, then it is spiritual energy. And if we want to use it in our mundane purpose, sense gratification, then that will become material. That's why you see Prabhupada used to say that this world is material world. But the moment we consider Krishna as the center of our life, then this world also becomes spiritual. That's why Prabhupada would say, na, for a devotee, everything is spiritual world. For a devotee, he doesn't see any difference. Wherever he is remembering Krishna. He has no problem. So in that sense, when Krishna is in our center, then our life becomes spiritual. And Prabhupada gave very nice another example, like two departments in government. One is police and another is welfare. So both these departments are there. Ideally, if a person is working as a jailer, that does not mean he is a criminal. So both the departments, police department and department of welfare, are dear to government. Only thing is that the people should not desire to go and get punished in the jail. That's what Prabhupada will clarify here. Both are subsidiary parts of the government, but for individual, they render different services. The material energy may be working in different ways that may not be very pleasant. But that does not mean that material energy is not liked by Krishna. It is as important as spiritual energy. But it is engaged to punish the conditioned soul, just as the police department is engaged in punishing criminals. So why material energy is there? Those who want to forget Krishna, material energy will act upon them. So if we want to serve Krishna, Jedino grihe goloko dekhi sedino she griha goloko bhai. If I Jedino grihe kirtana dekhi. So when we perform kirtan in our house, then our house becomes not different from Golok. So how it is? Because we are performing Krishna conscious activity, so Krishna will be Krishna is in our center. That's why it becomes spiritualized. We are no more in material control anymore. So that's why when a devotee works, the same thing devotee does and another person does. If the devotee does, then it becomes spiritual. And if the normal person does, it becomes material. So Prabhupada is saying very nicely, it is engaged. Material energy is engaged to punish the conditioned soul, just as police department is engaged in punishing criminals. So that's why police department is also necessary. Prabhupada want to emphasize that. In the Brahma Samhita, it is confirmed that Krishna's energy is always spiritual. You see, Krishna's energy is always spiritual. His energy coming from Krishna means it's spiritual, but it is acting in different ways, in different fields of activities. In relation to Krishna, there is no distinction between the energies. But for our understanding, we discriminate and say that sometimes the energy is working in a material way and sometimes in a spiritual way. We are thinking that the energy is hot or cold, good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant. But in fact, the energy is the same. So in that connection, I remember one pastime, Prabhupada, it's only Jayapata Maharaj was mentioning it. Maharaj was telling that Prabhupada once was going through the Calcutta roads, and we know in Calcutta everybody celebrates Durga Puja. So during the Durga Puja, Durga pandals are there. Once Prabhupada was passing through one pandal, then Prabhupada offered his obeisances. Prabhupada went down, came down and offered obeisances to Mother Durga. So that time, Prabhupada prayed very intensely. Jayapata Maharaj saw that Prabhupada is praying very intensely, and when he opened his eyes also, he saw tears are there in Prabhupada's face. So then he understood that Prabhupada is not seeing that she is the material energy of the. She is seeing, Prabhupada is seeing Durga Devi as Krishna's energy. So similarly, when a devotee also sees anybody, he sees Krishna in his heart. And what to speak of demigods? If a devotee sees demigods, he also offers respect because he knows that they are acting on behalf of Krishna. And that's why when we also go by some Kali temple, Durga temple, Lord Shiva temple, we all should fold our hands at least if we are not driving. Not riding. Driving, so we can do. So we should fold our hands and offer our obeisances. It is said that if we don't offer obeisances to the demigods, actually they are offering obeisances. So it will not be good because at least they are acting for Krishna. They are acting on behalf of Krishna. So we should fold our hands and offer obeisances. And if we want, we can beg for Krishna's mercy, like Krishna has blessed them. May Krishna bless us also, we can ask. Then said, Krishna cannot distribute inferior energy because he is not inferior. He is always superior, spiritual, and therefore his energy is always spiritual. Subhadra is a sister of Krishna, and from her comes the incarnation of Durga, the personification of material energy. Subhadra is in the spiritual world and is eternally related to Krishna as his energy. But when Durga conducts her activity here in the material world, it is not that she is to be considered inferior. in the Bhagavad-gita as well as in Brahma Samhita, it is said that Durga or Maya is acting under Krishna's direction. So how can she be considered inferior? Criminals may think that the police department is an inferior governmental department, but the law-abiding citizens do not think that this is so. It is simply functioning in a particular way. Similarly, the material energy has to act to bewilder the living entity who is under the direction of Krishna. So here also another nicely Prabhupada is explaining. For Krishna, this is not spiritual or material. And when it is related to Krishna, means it is spiritual. Subhadra Marini's expansion is Durga Devi. And Durga Devi herself represents the activities or Krishna's energy acting in material world is called material energy. So we can place like this: Krishna's energy acting in this material world is called material energy. And here in Bhagavad-gita, also in Brahma Samhita, like Bhagavad-gita, which verse? Maya Dakshena Prakriti. And in Brahma Samhita, which verse? Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Sakti Rekha Chaye Vajasya Bhuvanani Durga. Anybody remembers the full verse?
Ichhanurupa.
Ichhanurupa Phala. I don't know. Okay, maybe that is good. So there it is said that Durga Devi is acting under Krishna's direction, and also she, although she is acting under Krishna's direction, still Durga Devi is representing the material energy. And Prabhupada is saying another nice example, that criminals may think that police department is a lower department, but the government knows that it is not so. Or the good citizens, they know that they are acting, they are just doing their job. So in this way, material energy is acting. Actually, we have to understand that material energy is acting to bewilder living entity. Like if the material energy won't act, then we will not fall on track. If there will be no punishment, then if we may make mistakes knowingly. If there is punishment, we'll understand and will not make mistake. So in that way, material energy is helping us. If we see that, oh, you see, he robbed and he got imprisonment for 10 years. He performed this thing, so that's why he is being jailed for 10 months. So I'll not do that. So that in that way, it is helping us. And another sloka, it was told in before, that Krishna is the source of all energies. They also said in Brahma Samhita, told. Anybody knows this verse? Krishna's energy is always spiritual. It is said in Brahma Samhita, it's saying. We are the living entities within the material energy, and we are in this position because we wanted to dominate material nature. Krishna has given us the facility, saying, all right, you may try, but you cannot be successful. As long as we are in ignorance of how the laws of nature are working, under the supreme direction of Krishna, we will continue to be defeated in our activities. When we understand Krishna in perfection, we will automatically know the laws of nature and how they are acting. So here Prabhupada is saying that we all are within the material energy, and we all are in the control of material nature. Why? Because somehow we wanted to be dominated. We wanted to dominate material nature. That's why we are actually under this material energy. Because we want to rule over everything. We want to say that I am the master of all. That's why material energy is acting upon us to teach us. Then Krishna is giving us an opportunity. Although you are trying to control the material nature, but you cannot do it. You will not be successful. That's why material energy is acting. Then Prabhupada is giving an example. No, he has not. Okay. As long as we are in ignorance, we are working under supreme direction of Krishna. And will continue to be defeated in our activities. But when we understand Krishna in perfection, we'll automatically know the laws of nature and how they are. But Vaishnavas are concerned with the background of the laws of natural nature. When we understand Krishna in perfection, we can understand that there is in actuality no inferior or material energy. So Vaishnavas take like this. But that everything is spiritual. We can understand that on the higher platform, whatever we are experiencing are the actions and reactions of the different energies of Supreme Lord. When we understand Krishna perfectly, then these distinction of superior and inferior energy will disappear. Whatever is engaged in service of Krishna is superior. Like if we have some objects, and if we engage it in Krishna's service, it becomes spiritual or superior energy. So that is a simple way to convert everything in our material life to spiritual. Like same material people, they use their home, their laptop, their things, their sofa for sense enjoyment. So that is material energy for them. But same thing, when a devotee uses it for service of Krishna, that becomes spiritual life. So in the higher sense, everything is serving Krishna. And those who are highly advanced understand this. That the Lord has various energies is confirmed in Vedic literatures, yet the Supreme Lord personally has nothing to do. How is this? He has not to strive for wealth, for all wealth is his, not for knowledge, for all knowledge is his, not for power, for all power is his, not for beauty, fame, or reputation. For they all are in his, they are all in all his in full. Nor does he directly manage universal affairs, but he has many assistants like Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, who can conduct affairs while he remains in his own abode. This is confirmed in Isopanishad. Which look at this, na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. The Lord has nothing to do. Although Lord created everything, but he doesn't have to do anything. And in Isopanishad, it is more clear how. Isopanishad is little difficult, but a lot of philosophy is discussed here. Anejadekam manaso javiya nainadeva apnuvan purvamarshad tadhavato anyan atteti tishtat tasminnapo matarisha dadati. The personality of Godhead, although fixed in his abode, is more swift than the mind. Although Lord is situated in the spiritual world, but that doesn't mean Lord will not come and help us. He is more swift than mind and can overcome all others running. The powerful demigods cannot approach him. Although in one place he has control over those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all in excellence. Demigods cannot reach him, but Krishna, if he wants, he can do everything because he has still the control over everything. And this is like suppose in a company there is a founder. The founder has no role as such in the company management right now, but he has the power. So similarly, Krishna is kind of a founder. He is the founder of everything, but he has nothing to do with anything. If he wants, he suggests something that will get implemented. And otherwise, does the founder also have to come to office and work for 8 hours? No, he's free. So like that, Krishna. But he has full control also because he has shares. Thus, Krishna has no work to perform. As Supreme Personality of Godhead, he simply engages in enjoying himself with the gopis, cowherd girls, and his consort Radharani. Krishna, as he does not really engage in killing demons. When Krishna kills demons, he is known as Vasudeva Krishna. So for devotees, this is easy to understand. But one who is new, he may find little difficulty that why Krishna is not killing the demons. And actually, Krishna is always enjoying. Krishna is enjoying in the spiritual world. And the one who is killing the demons is the Vasudeva Krishna part of him. Because Krishna, from Krishna comes Balaram. We know this, one time we discussed. From Krishna comes, from Krishna comes Balaram. Then from Balaram comes who? Narayan or Shankarshan. From Narayan. Then from Narayan, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. So this Vasudeva Krishna actually is killing the demons. That's what Prabhupada is saying. And then again, another Narayan comes from Sankarshan. This Narayan also has again Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. Then Suchar Mataji, am I correct? I think here from Balaram, all these four will come. I told little wrong.
कृष्ण से बलराम comes from बलराम प्रथम चतुर्व्यूह से प्रथम चतुर्व्यूह
करेक्ट ठीक ठीक थैंक यू ओके तो बलराम रो ए संकर्षण प्रद्युम्न अनुरुद्ध वासुदेव तापर नारायण तापर संकर्षण प्रद्युम्न अनुरुद्ध वासुदेव तापर पुणी नारायण नहीं
हां महाविष्णु
आउ नारायण हां एबे महाविष्णु
कृष्ण बलराम प्रथम चतुर्व्यूह
एठेला महाविष्णु भारी एठो महाविष्णु भारी नहीं जी सेकंड चतुर्व्यूह
नहीं
तो सेकंड चतुर्व्यूह
हां सेकंड चतुर्व्यूह पर महाविष्णु तो ए महाविष्णु हला
महाविष्णु को ठारू आरंभ होची ए भौतिक जगत रो क्रिया महाविष्णु को ठारू आरंभ होची
तापर ए कारण दक्षाय विष्णु क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु
गर्भदक्षाय विष्णु
नहीं कारण दक्षाय विष्णु गर्भदक्षाय विष्णु क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु
हां ए तीन जन जा बाहर बा हला ठीक है मैं एटा आउथरे डिस्कस करिवा आउथरे से खाली शॉर्ट रे हम पढ़ दे ता माने ए जो मु खाली कहउतली जे कृष्णा he is the supreme personality of God, but this Vasudeva Krishna he is not supreme in a way he is not supreme नहले एमान समस्त हला अवतार एमान समस्त अवतार किंतु ये कृष्णा is the supreme of all तो ये कृष्ण कर टू बलराम बाहले बलराम को तो ये चार जन तो ये वासुदेव कृष्ण demons मान को मारछन बोली प्रकट कुछ तो किंतु for others I mean, the same. They are same. Kind of all are Vishnu Tattva. For devotee only there is a difference. When Krishna expands himself, he first expands as Balram. Then Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anruta, Vasya. As Vasudev, he acts in Dwarka and Mathura. But as Krishna, in his original feature, he remains in Vrindavan. Krishna Vrindavan. तामने एट जाना पड़ला जे Vrindavan is above Mathura and Dwarka. And Krishna is topmost. So this may seem to be confusing. Even one of the greatest fiction writers in Bengal misunderstood and thought that Krishna of Vrindavan and Krishna of Dwarka and Mathura were three different persons. But this is not difficult to understand if we know the nature of Krishna's expansion. Krishna is same and he is one without a second, but he can expand himself in billions and trillions of forms. This is all for the purpose of his enjoyment. माने एटा ई भलिया गोटे लोक से घरे अछि गोटे प्रकार रे ऑफिस रे गोटे प्रकार रे तार मार्केट रे गोटे प्रकार से भलिया है ना तो यार गोटे एग्जांपल इज ऑनलेस भक्तिचरण महाराज दियंती जे व्हेन कृष्णा इज एक्टिंग इन हिज होम कृष्णा इज इन हिज होम then that is Krishna and when Krishna is in his office that is Vishnu है ना जदि कृष्ण घरे अछंती घरे कोन जेमति घरे बापा अछंती तो बापा सहित पो खेलिबो पो बापा सहित माने पो कहबो बापा आपण घोड़ा होंतु आपण ऊपर बसी है ना किंतु सी बापा जदि कोर्ट रो चीफ जस्टिस हेथि तो कोर्ट रे से एमति करिवे के ताको सहित कोर्ट रे के ताको ऊपर चढ़ीबे बेले कोर्ट रे से पूरा गले समस्त ठिया पड़िबे समस्त प्रणाम करिवे तो ए भले तो विष्णु इज द सेम पर्सन but he is in a different dress. So Krishna in home is Krishna and when he is in office that is Vishnu. तो पूरा आउ कृष्ण होम रे हला पूरा फुल ऑपुलेंस ताकर देखा जाए भगवत्ता जोटा कि जो ताको ऐश्वर्य तो ए भले हमें बुझ पारे
माने हरे कृष्ण I think the separate assignment is given to Lord Krishna in different positions. As in home, as in office, as in outside. It may be like that. You can understand it in that way. It will be easy.
Who can give assignment? Who is the owner? Owner can give the assignment.
But in different positions, he is performing. Different type of works. Different type of he is performing.
Nobody else can perform that work. That's why Krishna himself expanded as Vishnu.
Yes.
That's why. Otherwise, how can you how kare? Say
different Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. It is multiple roles and different roles what Lord Krishna is performing.
Yeah, different roles he is playing himself.
In different positions.
Different positions. Yeah.
Different place also. In when he in Vrindavan, Sundar. When in Dwarika, he is Vishnu. In Aishwarya form in Dwarka.
So that is the difference.
In Mathura, what is the position, Prabhuji? In Mathura?
Mathura is just below Vrindavan. Then Dwarka. Below Mathura there is Jagannath Puri. Then Dwarka. Then Ayodhya.
My question is, in Mathura, what is the form of Krishna? In Vrindavan, he is official form in
I also don't know what is that.
In Dwaraka and Mathura, Vasudeva.
These four forms are there. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. They are there.
Aniruddha.
Prabhuji, another question. In Vrindavan, he killed many demons. In Shamsundar form or in Vasudeva form?
Yeah, that's what Prabhupada told, na? Vasudeva Krishna only killed.
In that time, he transformed into Vasudeva form?
Vasudeva Krishna is active.
In Vrindavan also?
Correct. That's why in the Golok Vrindavan, there is no demons to be killed. So Golok, in this Vrindavan, means in this home of Vrindavan, when Krishna comes, he kills demons. But in Golok Vrindavan, he does not kill demons. There it is like a गोटे अफवाह हो अरे आज पूतना नहीं जाइला कृष्ण को किंतु जहा कृष्ण बची मैं से देखिए पूतना को किंतु से फील करेंगे जे एभली गोटे राक्षसी आसला आ कृष्ण किंतु ताकू एमती ही मारदेले से माने फीलिंग
गोलोक वृंदावन हाँ हाँ
गोलोक वृंदावन से भाया मैं से फीलिंग्स
बड़े से श्याम सुंदर ऊपर रहले
तो के डिमांड्स नथिबे माने लागुथिबो जे अरे कृष्ण को राक्षस नहीं जीवो के मते जगिया पड़े किंतु सेतळु डिमन के आसियार
गोलोक वृंदावन रे केवल फीलिंग चरोची किंतु से घटना घटुनी किंतु वृंदावन रे जो भूलोक वृंदावन रे से घटना वाला घटुची डेमन माने आछुरे कृष्ण ताको वासुदेव परमरे मारछु
हां आ गोलोक वृंदावन जदि बा घटना घटिबो ताहले से डिमन्स गुडा को कृष्णकर फुल कंट्रोल रे अछन माने एमति नाही कि से डिमन मार दो कृष्ण कि काऊ
नहीं डेमन मान तो गोलोक वृंदावन जाई पर नथि प्रभु जी गोलोक डेमन मान को पहुंच परिवे की तो गोलोक वृंदावन के डेमन जाई परिवे नहीं तेनु फीलिंग टा कल रहउते
सेटा तो कृष्ण जानते कारण वृंदावन रे अछंती ना जाहेले भी जेमति पुतना गोलोक पळेला ना
हां बस हां हां
हां से पळेला तो सेठी जाके भी तो थी बना
हां हां
हां से थी जदी से आउथर पुनी से बेले एक्टिंग करियो गोट एक्टिंग करियो समस्त देखिया ड्रामा करियो इट इज अप टू कृष्ण कृष्ण जेन चाहिए से करी
नहीं हरे कृष्ण सेतबेले भी वृंदावन गोचारण प्रभु जी करुले वृंदावन जंगल ले तो अनेक असुर थिले ना जाकि जशोदा माता जेतले कृष्ण बाट को अपेक्षा करना मन रे आशंका थाए ना काले कृष्ण फेरला को मो असुर माता मार के हैरान कले कि
से आशंकाटा
तो जंगल ले असुरान थिले तो असुरान थिले जंगल ले वृंदावन जंगल ले
हां थाउजेंड
हां जशोदा माता आशंका प्रसाद करन ना काले पो जाई मोर गोचारण करिया गाय गोरु मान को नहीं काले कि अघटन घटला कि जंगल ले
सेटा तो कहूछ माने से फीलिंग ता जसोदा को किंतु एक्चुअली के सेट एठी भौम वृंदावन से सब होछ आ जन्म लीलाटा भी सही भलिया जन्म लीलाटा भी एई माने भौम वृंदावन रे हो कृष्ण तो सेट सबले प्रेजेंट जन्म के सही भलिया तो जन्म लीलाटा जदि आस्वादन करियर अछि भौम वृंदावन से हो किन दीटा भीतर किछि डिफरेंस नै दीटा सेम एनीवे ताले आज एतकी रखिबा थैंक यू समस्त जॉइन हां हां कोन माता जी
हाँ प्रभु जी से कृष्ण जो 125 वर्ष बंचथिले द्वारका रे मथुरा रे यते वृंदावन केते दिन रहितले अनुमान एक्चुअली हेमति किछ नाही रेकॉर्ड
वृंदावन ने 10 वर्ष 8 मास रहितले वृंदावन तापर मथुरा रहितले
मथुरा रे द्वारका रे केते वर्ष मो
सेटा जानले कि 125 लास्ट
हां
125 नहीं हां नहीं मैं हिंते कटा
जानले कोइ
ना कि वृंदावन ने 10 वर्ष 8 मास
हां
पूरा वृंदावन तो आसी ना मात्र थरे आछि लास्ट थरे आछन तो राधारानी का अवस्था
एक्चुअली थरे गुरुमाथ को गोटे क्वेश्चन दिन वर्षल रो पचारछले जे गुरुमाथ पचारले जे से पचारले जे बयस के थिला कृष्णकर जे तळु वृंदावन रे थिले कृष्ण तो गुरुमाथ कहले एक्चुअली गुरुमाथ बुझी पाले जे आमे फिलोसॉफिकल क्वेश्चन पचारछु ताको गुरुमाथ तक भलो आंसर देले गुरुमाथ कहले जे तमरो घंटाटा एठी चालुची सेठी घंटा चालिबनी सेठी कृष्ण को 8 वर्ष होइची कि 9 वर्ष होइची कि 10 वर्ष होइची इट इज अप टू हिम जेंती आउथरे ये कहितले हमर हितलनेस गौर कृष्ण महाराज कहउतले जे कृष्ण कैन डू रासलीला प्रभुपाद कहउतले कृष्ण कैन आल्सो डू रासलीला इन ऑन हिज मदर्स लैप तो कृष्ण को एज 8 इयर्स हेले भी से मदर्स लैप रे रहि पारंती कृष्ण को एज 2 डेज हेले भी मदर्स लैप रे रहि पारंती आ कृष्ण कैन डू रासलीला इन एनी एज एक्चुअली वृंदावन ने कृष्ण को केति के एज थिबो इट इज आम कैलकुलेशन रे हमें कहि दोउ बट कृष्ण इफ ही वांट्स ही कैन स्टे एट दैट एज ओनली कारण सेठी टाइम तो पड़िबन ना के टाइम ता नित्य से तो 10 वर्ष 8 मास ता हम कैलकुलेशन में कहूचे still हमें एटा भी जानी रखिया दरकार जे कृष्णा has never left Vrindavan. He is always there. वृंदावनम परित्यज्य कुतस न गच्छति कोई ना दी जे वृंदावन छाड़ी की केबे भी जानते नहीं कृष्ण सेटा से अक्रूरंकर जो अक्रूर जेतोल वृंदावन रु कृष्ण को नहीं की जाउथले सेही समय से गाधेला बेले पुणे आउथरे देखिले जे कृष्ण बलराम गोटे कृष्ण बलराम तांको सब पळेले आ गोटे कृष्ण बलराम पानी रे रहि देखि आसले ना गाधे के आसी देखला आलो कृष्ण बलराम तो इठी आइजन ताले पानी रे की अछन से कहले तो ए भली कृष्ण केबे जाई ना किंतु ए भली फील होचे एक्सेसिव लव जोगु तांको ए भली फीलिंग्स आछ जे कृष्ण पळे छै
से वासुदेव कृष्ण को ही नहीं थी लेटी रहले श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण रही छथि
हां
छाड़ी के भी जाई ना श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण
वृंदावन रो केबे कृष्ण जानती सबले रहନ୍ତି
हां श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण सबले प्रभु जी मुझे सब भावे जदि कृष्ण थिले श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण गोपी माने इतने बीर कहीं कांदी जसोदमा नंद नाजा कांदी कांदी नदी कर दी जो राधाराणी भी पूरा क्षीण हो श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण से थिले जदि मैं बहुत समय पढ़ला पर क्वेश्चन मैंने बहुत समय अच्छी जदि श्यामचंद्र कृष्ण अच्छे ताले माने इतने बीर दुखड़ा कहीं पाई
जो प्रथम अवस्था थिबे हम देखा दोनों तो
हां
आपन को जेतोल फीलिंग्स ऑफ सेपरेशन डेवलप करिवो आपन तो जान परिबो
हां
फीलिंग्स ऑफ सेपरेशन द हाईएस्ट जेतोल आपन
तांकर प्रेम भाव का देखिया दे
प्रभु कोन कृष्ण को देखिबा ना दी किंतु चैतन्य महाप्रभु एते सेपरेशन फील करछन जे से कहउछन कहा दी कृष्ण कहि कि से पागल है से कोन कृष्ण को देखिया योग्य न तो फीलिंग्स सेपरेशन हेले एमिति हबो जे कृष्ण आपन सामने रे थिबे किंतु आपन तांको सेपरेशन फील माने एटा केंति हबो
स्वप्न रे ड्रीम रे भी पारे
आपन कुछ परिबे आपन बहुत दिन हला आपन को को देखिना किंतु गोटे दिन आपन को आसीबो आपन को ठीक अछि धर माने आपन को 10 वर्ष हला घर को आसीनी कि केबे कथा है हला आपन सब मन पउचंदी से कहितला जे म आसीबी मा तुम व्यस्त हो तो 10 वर्ष हो गेलानी गोटे दिन से आसी पहुंचियो त आपन ताकू देखि कि माने आपनकर फीलिंग्स ता कोन हो सेपरेशन आउरी बढ़ी जीवन ना माने सही समय भी आपन टीयर्स आसीबो सही समय भी ताकू आपन सेवा कला वाले भी आपन भाबुथिबे जे अरे पळै जीवो दी पळै जीवो
हां हां से सेपरेशन भावडा रही मते
ठीक है ताले आज रखियो
हां
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम आपन का आशीर्वाद थाओ
वंशा कल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिंधु भवच